Hello everyone and welcome to the first in a series of videos about Office 365. I'm Chris Shriver with IT, one of the people kind of heading this project here at the university. So what I wanted to do in this video is just kind of show you around Office 365 and maybe what your first experience is going to look like upon signing in for the first time on the web portal. So the website itself is actually portal.office.com. If you're used to signing in with webmail.delval.edu, you can still do that. It'll actually redirect you to the portal website, but that's just a more direct way of doing it. Otherwise, I think you have to log in twice. So we're going to log in with a test account that I made for this video. You'll see that that changes our little theme there. Let me just enter in our password. All right, so before we log in for the first time, it's basically telling us that we need to set up a password recovery system. Before, our previous system was a whole separate site. This one we're actually using Microsoft Azure Active Directory Premium, which basically means that we can log into this site here if you forget your username, or not username, but your password, and you need to reset it. Let's say you're off campus and your password expired. Maybe you can't reach the help desk if it's a Sunday or something like that. But if we go here, we can reset it. So let's set this up now for this account. Looks like it's just doing its thing. All right, so we have 4 different options for how we can set this up. One of them is for the office phone. So if you're a staff or faculty member and you have an office and a dedicated line, you can reset your password, or actually authenticate that password reset through that. The only problem I have with that is you have to be on campus to be able to reset it. So that's not really going to help you in the situation that you need to reset your password and we're not available at that time. The other option, which is probably a better bet, the authentication phone, which that'll shoot you a text message. Basically, I think it's a series of 5 characters where it'll send you those characters, and you'll just have to authenticate with the text that it sends you. So we can set that up. There's also an authentication email, which that's just a secondary email, maybe a personal one or something like that you may use. We can give that a shot as well. And always everyone's favorite, the security questions. You can set those up. For this video, we're going to go with the security questions just because I don't have a backup number. I don't know if it's going to squawk at me if I try to use my cell number. So let's see what we got here. What city did your parents meet? Let's say Doylestown. What's the name of your favorite teacher in high school? I'm just going to say Mr. Johnson. And what city was your first job? No, we'll do a different one. Who is the most famous person you've ever met? Dr. Brosnan. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to save those answers. Obviously, you want to pick, not that Dr. Brosnan isn't a good answer, but better answers than mine. Typically, I recommend that you do lowercase. That way, if you think you know what it is, you don't have to worry about case sensitivity because that is accounted for. So if you just do all lowercase, that'll keep it simpler in the future for you. So we're going to do finish. All right, and now we are in. This is Office 365 for DelVal University. Here, if you take a look there, we have Outlook for mail. We also have a calendar. Let's just go to mail real quick. First time you set this up, you'll just need to set up a time zone. We're in -5 Eastern Time, US and Canada. We're going to save that. And this is our mailbox. Nathan Drake does not have any mail because I made him about 10 minutes ago. So that is why that looks like that. But obviously yours is going to be flooded with email. Let's go back to that. So if you have a series of folders, a lot of time what we've been seeing throughout this migration so far is people go in here and they, immediately go to look at whatever series of folders they may have and they go, oh my God, I don't have it. Where did it go? You just have to click this more button and that will take you to all these extra folders that you may or may not have in your inbox. Same goes for students that were Google users. Those folders will still appear as they were in Google Drive or Gmail, I guess I should say. So let's go back to, if you need to go back to the home screen at any time, just click that Office 365 button. That'll take you back. You can also select apps by there, but for some reason I like going to the home screen. I just think it's pretty. All right, so now that we're back at the home screen, let's take a look at Office Online. What that basically means is these are web versions of Microsoft Office that you can access from any web browser. So if you're on a Mac, a PC, a Chromebook, a phone, on a phone, you can access these apps from there. So let's click this here. We'll do a new blank document. And this is it. This is Word Online. Now, you can edit your document however you want. It's Word. I mean, don't get much simpler than that. Now, one big question that you may have while I'm doing this is, okay, that's great. I have a web version of Office, but where exactly does this go? And I'm glad you asked that hypothetical question. So if I were to save this document, I'll just call it document. Maybe not. Document 1. Had to change it. Okay. So we have document 1. It's saved. We'll go back to our home screen. Oh, never mind. I did something I didn't even mean to do. All right, I'll take you back to the home screen just to be easier. This OneDrive icon, this little guy here. Oh, that's where I was. Well, this is Microsoft OneDrive. Basically what this is cloud storage. So if you're familiar with Dropbox or Google Drive, this is your own little folder. Little is a bit of an understatement, though, as everybody on campus gets 1 terabyte of storage. And you're not limited to just having Word documents and documents from Office Online in here. You also can upload different video files or whatever types of files you need to get up here, or folders that you may want to throw up here, and you can share them to people within the organization. So for instance, if I wanted to share this document 1 here, you could either get a link to it so that people can view it. If you just want it to be a quick little newsletter to maybe 5 or 6 people or 100 or however many, you can do that. If you want people to have editing rights, this is where you'd want to share. And it'll give you the option here. And all right, you can choose whether or not they want to view or edit the document. But we are going to let our buddy Luke Skywalker edit this video, or edit this file. So there he is. Require sign in, and he'll get an email saying that you have access to this file, should you choose to accept your mission there. And so we're going to share that with him, and we shared the document. So it's pretty simple. It's pretty cool what all you can do in here. And again, you're not limited to just Office documents. If you have a video that is under 1 terabyte and you want to upload it, you can do that. If you have a department that you have some sensitive data, this is encrypted over the cloud. You can share that. Students, if you're working on a project, and everybody's got to kind of have their hand in the same pot for whatever document it is that you're working on or project that you're working on. You can do that. You just have to share it. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty neat feature. Definitely should make collaboration a lot easier for the university. We're really, really happy to have all the faculty, staff, and students now in the same environment so that we can share documents a lot more easily now. So one thing I wanted to show before we wrap up this quick little introduction is actually really two. Here we have Delv. All right. So here we are signed in as me. So there I am. So we can go to Delv from the home screen. And this will redirect us here. And you can see some of the other people in my department. They'll show up on the left side. You can add people as well if you want to favorite them. For now, let's just go to my screen. So yeah, here we can actually see for departments, this is great. If you guys really start to incorporate OneDrive and things like that, you can actually see where everyone is at on different projects, which may or may not be a good or bad thing, but we will leave that up to you guys. But if we wanted to see, for instance, what Tim had going on his account, here we have just a couple documents, internal documents that we tend to use. He has that shared on his account. We also have one from Mike Davis, our director of tech services. These are actually the slides that you guys will see on the TVs across campus, just kind of explaining what Office 365 is all about. But it's just a nice way to share documents, without having to bother people of, hey, can you share this with me so I can access it? If you just need to view a PDF or something like that, you can throw it up here as well. It's just a social media collaboration tool software. I'm just trying to throw in as many buzzwords as I can. You also have the option, if you want to view the files that somebody might have in their OneDrive, you can do that by clicking here under here. So here we have Tim Konopka's OneDrive. You can also shoot Tim an email that will redirect you to Outlook. I actually haven't tried Skype chat. Let's click that real quick and give that a shot. I don't believe we have this set up yet, but yeah, that part's still in beta. We're waiting until everybody gets migrated before we can mess with that. But it is a neat little tool. Definitely a good way to share things between departments. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys a quick demo on that. And let's look at Sway. Let's see if Sway is set up yet. All right, cool. Excuse me. So Microsoft Sway is another collaboration tool. It seems, from what I've poked around, it seems a lot like almost like a Blackboard kind of thing. Obviously, for faculty members, you don't have a grading system actually incorporated in this, but it seems like a really cool way to actually share presentations. If you wanted to make PowerPoints or videos and have your students find videos and things like that, it's a good, I guess, a forum is what I would call it. But there's a lot of, this is just kind of them showing how you can do it. Let's get started. So let's look at this example we have here. Yeah, so this is think of it as like a upgraded PowerPoint. So let's just click through this here. And it's incorporated with all the different Microsoft products. So here we have Bing. This is grabbing this location from Bing Maps. So if a student was doing a history project and they wanted to show where in the world something was taking place, they could do that. Obviously, you can change this with if you want to have the satellite view, you can do that as well. But it's just a neat way to just kind of show different presentations. but something to check out and play around with. I definitely recommend it. Before, when we when I first set this up with the Luke Skywalker account, I actually made a presentation about Episode 7 before it had come out, and was able to share that with some of the guys in the department. It was pretty cool. So yeah, definitely, especially if you're an instructor, definitely worth checking out. It just seems really neat. As far as students are concerned, if you're not familiar with OneNote, from what I hear from a lot of my colleagues, it's really, really awesome. You can make different, it's kind of like Evernote. You can make different notebooks for, different classes or different semesters, and just kind of do your thing on here. Share it with on an iPad or a tablet if you want to read your notes. You can make different notebooks. You can add sections to the notebook. So let's add a page here. Press enter to create a new section. Section name. We'll do test. We'll say, please let finals be over soon. The struggle is real, because let's be real, finals are no fun for anyone. And this will save as you do your thing. Here in the top right, you'll see that it's saving our document. And even if you back out of here, it's fine. It will continue to save in the background. Yeah, so let's go back here to the home screen. And then this, excuse me, this user is actually given a faculty license for Office 365. So teachers, one thing to note, here on the left side you'll see OneNote for teachers. You can actually create notebooks for your class in OneNote. And then you can add and remove students to those notebooks. It's just some might consider an easier way to share information between instructor and student. You can check out the user guide there. Create notebooks in there. Definitely something to check out though if you're thinking of changing it up. And I know there are some faculty on site that are familiar with Google Groups and things like that. Think of this as the same kind of thing. If you want to create a Google group per term or per class, you can do that in here. Just something to think about in the back of your mind if you want to kind of change it up and show your students some of the cool stuff you can do on a computer. Excuse me. But I believe that's it. Really just kind of go in here, play around, poke around. If you have any questions, tweet at DelVal Tech Help. You can also email us at support@delval.edu, or give us a call at 215-489-4357. And let us know what you think. Let us know what you think you need to know about this environment, and this whole big change that's happening over the summer. We're hoping most people will be migrated before everybody even leaves for the summer. So it should be by the end of this week. So hopefully you're watching this before May 14th. To all our graduates, congratulations. Good luck on your future adventures. And we'll see you in the next video. We have some explaining how to add to different phones. And for students, we'll be showing how to use Google Takeout, which will let you get your old files and data out of Google and into a folder so you have something to do with them when your Google account goes away. So thanks so much. Take care, and we'll see you next time.